Hello, thank you for joining us today at Vism FocalPoint Software. What we are going to be going over today is the service department side of our system. We're going to be talking about the setting up a work order. We're going to be setting up repair types, equipment status, repair types, work order messages, inspection files, preventive maintenance, and then we're going to get into writing a work order, seeing how we get into doing that. We have a work order template, everything of that nature to allow you to be able to do everything that you need to be able to write a service ticket, whether it be internal, whether it be a customer repair, anything of those natures, to be able to take care of that customer and get him or her out the door and take care of that customer right away. So we're going to get started here and get moving. So what we're going to do now is come over here to the FocalPoint system, and as you can see here, we're going to come down here to the service department. So when we jump into the service department, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start off in the repair types. What it does is allows us to set up, as you can see, all the different types of repairs that you can do. So you can see in-shop repairs, inspection, lawnmowers, maintenance, others, outside repairs, any one of those that you can see, we can do each one of those. So depending on how you want to set this up, this is all in your nature of the business and how you want to set this up. So any of these we can get set up for you. Then from there, what we're going to jump into is the equipment status. This is a neat little area because we have almost just like a dashboard that gives you the ability to see the status of your jobs and where they're at for your service manager or anybody that jumps into it. So as you can see you can have completed jobs, customer repair jobs, hard down, in progress, light down, outside service repair, road service, waiting on parts. On any one of these, you can come right here and you can change the color based on what you want it to be. So the nice part about it is you can pick the color of it to fit what you want it to see, and then when you look at it, when we get into it, you're going to be able to see the different colors based on the status of where that job is. So it does give you a nice little flexibility to be able to see those things. So then from there, what we're going to do is jump into the work order messages. The nice part about the work order messages is, so as you can see here, we have a spring service for lawnmowers. In the item messages, it says spring service for lawnmowers. What it does is it gives you a message that will automatically that can come up on here. So you already have a message that will populate for you, and you can set that to do either on open work orders, finished work orders, all work orders. So you can determine which one that is based on what you're doing. So from there, we can come out of here and you can jump into what's called our inspection field. In our inspection field, we do give you the opportunity to determine what you would like to do. So in the inspection field, you can see the 300 or the 1300 air compressor here. You can also do this to where it will either print before or after that piece of equipment goes out. So if you've checked all this, you can set this up to go out before that unit goes out. It can print before this unit goes out, and it's something that they will need to inspect before. Or you can have it set up that when it returns, that this is what needs to be checked when it comes back in. So definitely on which way you want it to be, but we can set it to do it either way based on the rental type that's going out. So then from there, from the rental, you can do preventive maintenance. The nice part about preventive maintenance is you can set up your 200-hour service, your 500-hour service, annual inspections for the customers out there that are dealing in the aerial booms or anything that goes in the air that you will need to do. So that's the nice part about it. You can set those annual inspections to be able to do that as well. So then from there, what we're going to do is you can also set up your truck files. The nice part about your truck files is you can have all of your service trucks in here. And you can set up your delivery trucks in here as well. But if you do have your service trucks in here, you can see you can actually have mileage or minute charges. You can have the weights of the trucks in here. But the other nice part about it is you can also set that up as a bin and be able to add your parts to that particular service truck as well if you would like to. Then from there, what we're going to do is jump into our work order counter here. So in our work order counter, the nice part about it is you can see right here, you can see that we have just basically what's going on. So you can see all of your open work orders right here. You can see any finished work orders that are right here that need to be completed. You can see any completed work orders, so forth and so on. So a very nice little area to be able to see everything that's going on with what you have open right now into the work orders right now. So you can see this particular work order that we have open as of right now. We'll just sort of dive into this one, which is haul. You can see that this particular one needs tires. You can see that it was a start date here. They didn't have a projected close date, so we're going to put that projected date as of today. And we're going to say we're going to have that done for them today at 4 p.m. And then when it's marked completed, it will have it there. You can see that here is the equipment status, so it's in progress. And here is the message that we have, that if they wanted to put a message in, they could put that message at Lawnmower and Service. They could do that as well. It's an in-shop repair. If this was one that was going to be a road call, you could switch it to a road call. If it was a lawnmower repair, if you wanted to use that, you could. So totally up to you. If this was going to be a warranty job, you could select the vendor that we were going to be assigning that to. You can also, on this main page, if this is how your shop does it, if you wanted to select a specific technician to assign to this particular job, you can actually pick a specific technician to assign to this job as well. So it really depends on how you do that for your particular shop. As you can see, the customer item on the work order is a skid steer. The equipment ID is 269. He bought this unit from us, so you can see the serial number, you can see everything of that nature. Here's the item detail. You can see it's a customer item, so it's showing it orange. It's a skid steer, it's a 175. You can see here is all the information about that particular unit. If we were going to be going out and doing any work on it or going to pick it up, you can see that we can schedule all that information right there. Then what we do is we come into the detailed lines. This is where we have some functionality to really make this nice. So since this is a customer repair, you can come in here and you can see we have a customer repair. We have the 1016.5s. We got that from Bobcat. There's 4 of them, and they're going to be $125 a piece, and there are $500. You can see that the labor on here is John, and it's 1.5 hours, and total on that is going to be $187.50. So as you can see, at any point in time on either one of these, you can right click on the labor and you could actually change the billing. So if you wanted to change the billing, you could actually change that billing to internal, and now that would be billed as an internal labor. Now, most people wouldn't do that, but maybe this particular one, you're going to give him a set of tires because he purchased that unit, and you're going to go ahead and do that. Now, if you also notice when I did that, it automatically lowered down the cost of it because it's going to sell it to me at what my cost is. So if I go back here and I change that billing, you will see that it changes the price to $125, and again takes that up to $500 for the customer. So, and the same thing you can do for labor here as well. You can change that billing and take it to an internal billing, and it will take his labor rate down to $55 an hour, and again lower his labor rate as well. So you could say, look, I'll give you the tires, but I'm not going to charge any labor to put them on for you. So that would be a pretty common thing we can do. Make it nice for him, get them on there for him, but we're not going to charge him any labor to do that. So that's what we'll do on this order for him to make it fair for him since he purchased that unit for us or from us. So very nice and easy to be able to do. We can also do a time clock. So if you have the ability to actually come in here and punch in on a job too. So we'll touch on this in a minute. So you can actually do it in a work order, or you can do it from outside. But if you wanted to start a time clock, you could actually come here, change order required. So you could actually say, this is Mike, and we're going to start or stop a time if we wanted to do that on this particular work order. So if we were done here, we could come over here, see everything. John could come in and say, you know, I'm marking it complete. It is done on this one, and we could hit save. So are you sure with this? Yes. So now, as you can see, it removed it, and we could go to completed jobs, and you could see right there is the skid steer that is completed. The only thing that John forgot to do is take it from in status to being completed for our customer repairs. So, you know, it's a completed job now. So we can take that and move it into completed status. We can put it there. And now, while it's in completed status, what happens is it gives somebody the ability to come in and bill that out to that customer. So how that would look to a particular customer is we'll preview this particular order. Is it will show you this is what's going to be billed to the customer. Here is what's going to be billed. It's going to show them the unit number. It's going to show them the meter that was on that particular unit. Here's the PO and the job number that they gave us for that particular one. Down here is the unit. Here is there's the price for everything that they've got. So this would be the bill going to the customer. So very nice and easy to be able to see. And then from there, what we could do is if we were ready to complete this job, because right now it's sort of in a hold status to make sure that somebody has gone in, double check to make sure that the work has been completed right, the billing is right. We can go into this particular work order now. And as you can see, we can do what's called a finish, and we can finish that work order. So if we hit finish now, we finish that work order. That work order now is finished. It is done. It's completed, and it's ready to be able to email out to the customer. So now that work order is finished and done and sent out to a customer. Very simple to be able to create a work order, to be able to send it out to a customer or anything of that nature. Also in the work order field, you can see here is one that is a scissor lift, and this is an internal work order. You can see here we have a customer that has 700 and he is overdue, so it will tell you that. But you can see here is an item that's an internal piece. That is one that he has returned, and it has available for an annual inspection is coming up. You will see that the detailed lines, you will see that we're billing him customer and internal on the same one. So it is nice to be able to do that there. And you can also come in here and see that there's damage to the basket. You can see there's notes, end notes here, repair notes, and you can also do, these are printed notes that will print on the contract, and you can also do internal notes. So you have the ability to have internal notes that will not show to the customer, but also external notes that will go out to the customer as well. You also have the ability to take images. So you can take pictures of that unit as it's coming in, as it's going out, any damages or anything of that nature as well. On any one of these, if you needed to order parts, you could right click on this and you could go down and add to a part order. So if it's a stocking part order, you could do that. Or you could actually go in and you could special order that. You could add it to an existing quantity. You could put how many you need, and then your parts guy could add that to the purchase order and go ahead and get those parts ordered for you and make sure that you're taken care of on those as well. So I hope this helps. The next thing I want to show you is, we're going to cancel out of here. The next thing is, as you're in this area here and you see everything, and we go back to our open work orders. So here is a light tower that we're working on. If we go to a technician, you can see without even going into it, you can see here is 1070, Mike Winders, and he has got a work that has started on there, and we need to stop that time. The maximum time is 8, but he actually has put in 187 hours. So we could put that he had 8 hours on that particular unit and stop that time on that particular unit. So it's very nice to be able to go in and pick it. So again, all you would do is hit time clock. You would select the work order that he's going to be doing. So if you look over here, here's 112. You could select that particular unit. You could select the labor line on that particular labor. Outside repair, you can see what you're doing, and then you could start his time as of this moment. So you've started his time. He is on that particular work order and closed. So at any point in time he wanted to close it, he could come back in. Here's Mike. He's going to select that particular work order, which is 112 again. And once he selects it, he can select that labor line, and he can stop his time right then and there. And he is done, and he can close that time out, and he is taken care of. So very nice, very easy to be able to do. So again, something that you can do. It makes it nice and easy to be able to do. So at any point in time, you can come back here. Again, you can see all your open work orders completed, you're finished, any voided, any quoted. All you can actually just look at customer work orders. You can look at internal, or you can just look at warranty work as well. So we give you a flexibility to really just look at everyone that you want to look at. If you have anything on a purchase order list, you're going to be able to look at it there. So customer items, open drawer, and you can export this into Excel. If you want to look at customers, you can come over here and look up a customer. So if a customer's coming in and bringing you a piece, we give you the ability right from here to be able to search that customer to make sure they're in good standings. Or if you need to add it, just like in the front counter, you can do a quick add right from here as well in the service ticket as well. So I hope you enjoyed this on the service department. And if you have any questions, please contact the sales department, and we look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.